Welcome to 2.9's Math Moment. Today students took what they've learned in Unit 2 about finding the perimeter and area of different shapes and applied it to making their own shapes on a coordinate grid and finding the perimeter and area of those shapes. So I'm going to walk you through an example. The first step says to plot these points on the coordinate plane. So I have 3 different points that I'm going to make and then label K, L, and M. So the first one is K, and it's over 2, up 3. Remember, when you're plotting points, the first number is always what goes on the x-axis, which is here. It goes horizontally or across. And the second number is always on the y-axis, which goes up or vertically. So I've got 2, 3, and I need to label it K. The next one is 5, so I'm going to go over 5 and then up 7, and I'm going to label it L. And then the last one is 13 and 7, which I'm going to label M. So I've now completed step 1. The next step says to connect the points with line segments. So I'm going to use my best straight lines and connect these. I know with only 3 points I must be making some sort of triangle. Alright, so I've now completed step 2. Then it tells me a little bit about the shape. It says segment KL is 5 units long, K to L, 5. Segment KM is 12, K to M, 12. And then it says to find the perimeter and area of triangle KLM. So it wants me to find the perimeter and area of this shape. To find the perimeter, I have to know what line segment LM is. So I'm going to go ahead and count up the squares that it takes up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to get me all the way across. So I know that this is 8 units long. We'll start with perimeter. I know the perimeter is just the distance around an object, and no matter what this shape is, I'm always going to use the same formula of adding all the sides. So I have 12 plus 8 plus 5. I know that 12 plus 8 is 20, and 20 plus 5 is 25. So my perimeter is 25 units. I use the word units because I do not know whether they're working in inches, feet. The problem doesn't tell me that, but I still need to have a label, so I'm going to label it units. So the next part of the problem asks me to find the area of the shape. So I know that my formula for finding the area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. I look and I know that I've got all of my sides covered, but I don't have my height. So I want to stop and figure that out first. I know that my height goes from one tip of my triangle to another. So I'm looking for 1, 2, 3 units as my height. Now, I know that my base is 8 because whatever your height is, your base always has a straight line going through it. So you can kind of think of this one as an upside down L. I've got a base of 8, a height of 3, and then I'm going to divide by 2. So I know that 8 times 3 is 24, and then I just need to do 24 divided by 2. 2 goes into 2 one time. 2 goes into 4 2 times. I don't have anything left over, so my final answer is 12 units squared since I'm working with area. If you have any questions about 2.9, make sure to see your math teacher.